Hello, first graders. Today we are going to be continuing with our nonfiction reading, but we are going to be using something called context clues to figure out what new words mean. Okay, so one thing that I always have trouble with when I read a nonfiction book that's new to me about a topic I might not know much about is that there's a lot of new words in it I don't know, new vocabulary words. And the tricky thing is, sometimes they don't tell you what the words mean. And this is the hardest part of being a nonfiction reader. You have to try to figure out what that word means on your own. But don't worry, because today I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to use context clues to figure out a new vocabulary word. So you remember this book, Ants, Ants, and More Ants. So I'll show you where I was reading. Ants everywhere. You can find ants in lots of different places. You can find them in the grass and dirt in your garden. You can find them on trees and in your home. Okay, and then I was reading over here and I had a problem. Ants swarm food left on the floor. So the caption of this picture, the writing explaining this picture is saying the ants swarm the food left on the floor. And I underlined this word swarm here. I underlined it because I didn't know what it meant the first time I read the book. And what I had to do is I had to use context clues. So I had to look at the picture and I had to reread the words I had already read and the words around this new vocabulary word to try to figure it out. Okay? So swarm. So this is about ants being everywhere. It says ants swarm food left on the floor. Maybe swarm means like a lot of ants all together? Maybe that's what it means, because I'm looking at this picture and there's tons of ants like all on this, I think it's a carrot. I'm not really sure what it is, but they're all together. So maybe a swarm is a big group of ants. Okay? So did you see how I had to look at the picture and reread the sentence a few times to figure out what the word swarm meant? All right, so we're going to try it again. Okay, I was okay on this page. Let me show you the page where I had trouble again. Oh, here it is. Here's where I did more underlining. Okay? It says, some ants have large, strong jaws. Okay, I got to this word and I was like, I don't know what jaws means. Jaws is a shark, right? This is not about sharks though. So what could jaws mean? So what I had to do is I had to really look at the picture and read the rest of the words on the page to figure it out. Those are called context clues. Let's keep reading to see if we can figure it out. They use their jaws to cut food and to fight. Oh, to cut food. Well, in my mouth, my teeth cut my food. And other animals use their teeth to fight. So maybe jaws. Oh, this picture, they're kind of zooming in on this part of the animal, up this part of the ant. So maybe these are the jaws, and maybe jaws is like another word for teeth for ants. That would make sense because it cuts food and they can fight with them. That makes a lot of sense. So I think jaws are like teeth for ants. Okay, so boys and girls, you can see how Miss Gilliberti came to lots of new words in her book and she didn't understand them. And she used the pictures to help her, and she read all the words on the page, and that gave her clues, context clues, to figure out what those new words meant. Okay, so you don't give up, and we want to make sure that we don't just keep reading if we don't know what a word means, because then we don't understand. And we're reading to understand and learn as much as we can. Then we can't share cool facts with people, right? Now I can tell people all about ant jaws and swarming. All right, first graders, that's all for now. Happy nonfiction reading. I hope you use context clues to help you figure out those new tricky vocabulary words. All right, miss you all. Bye-bye for now.